The last week or so, maybe a bit more than a week, I've been playing around with the proof of concept test blockchain on Ethereum. I've been mining Ethereum. I have more than 4,000 Ether right now, woohoo! Which I mined on my laptop, and it's, by the way, it's testnet Ether, so it's worth nothing. It allows me to build contracts and fund those contracts and send payments back and forth, and then try out the code. So I'm currently playing with the high-level language, which is C-like. I played a bit with the Lisp one, but I'm not a huge fan of Lisp. I know that's heretical to say among programmers, but I prefer procedural languages for things like this. I've been playing around with it and building a few contracts and doing fancy things and really enjoying it so far. I think it's definitely been a very interesting learning experience because it's just so radically different than everything else we've seen before. You know, every other blockchain technology we've seen before is pretty much a clone of Bitcoin and single focused. I found it very, very interesting. How's progress going towards a final release? Do you see incremental releases going on for a while, up to the point where you get the final release in Q4?
Yeah, that's the plan. And that's also another reason why we didn't launch, a month and a half ago, was because we thought it'd be a great idea to actually have something that someone can actually try and have a proof of concept out there that people could toy around with and see that we actually have something tangible and then take it to market. So we're looking at, I still think Q3 or Q4, but until then, I believe there will be incremental releases.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to continuing to work on Ethereum and basically learning from it. I think, as with the blockchain coins, I think you're going to eventually have some alts pop up in that space too, which is probably a really good thing for competition and feature picking and testing, as it has been in the altcoin space. We've learned a lot from alts against Bitcoin, but we certainly will learn even more with Ethereum. Do you find that a promising potential? Do you find that a scary potential? How do you feel about alt Ethereums?
I think it's great. Yeah, bring it on. I mean, whatever is good. We're planning. A lot of people are excited to get their coins put onto Ethereum, and I've got no concerns about other ones coming out. Or, you know, if there is a competition, that's fine. It's gonna, you know, just like Bitcoin. I'm great with it. I think Ethereum is amazing. I think if something else comes along, that's great. It's just going to be pushing us forward in overall, and that's all I really care about. Yeah,
I would consider it the best form of flattery to have someone validate the idea that we need a contract platform by building another one.
Yeah, and for us, it's about getting more and more people into it. We initially had started with the product sale that we were going to be capping it at a certain amount. We've since decided we're not going to do that because we want as many people to be able to purchase Ether at the beginning as possible. And I mean, what would happen if a couple of big fish would go in there and just buy everything right up at the beginning? So we've left the model of the product sale being uncapped. We just want everybody to be involved, everybody to have a piece in it, because that's actually where the community grows once you have skin in the game.
I'm interested in many of the applications in Ethereum that are simply not possible with existing coins. I think many of the examples we see in the early examples for Ethereum are things that are possible with other coins. So they're currency focused, or they're escrow focused, or they're simple contracts that could really just be an altcoin instead. But yeah, I'm most interested in the things that you simply can't do with a coin, that you need a contract language to do. Things like doing title and deed registry for real estate transactions, or will and estate planning beyond the simple multi-sig and escrow capabilities. Those are things that are simply radical enough that they can't be done with existing platforms. And I think that's where you start seeing the power of having this approach to contracts.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's going to open the doors to a lot of things, and you know, we're confident we're going to be able to take it there.
We've been talking about this for a while, this kind of plan for if you were going to do a conference, what would you do differently? What would you do right? You are doing an enormous conference.
The event itself is the 11th through 13th of April. It's at the Metro Toronto Convention Centre, which is Canada's largest conference centre. And we've got 2 tracks that are be going. We can fit about 500 in each room. Plus we have an expo hall, which can fit about 1,000 people. And we've got 30 or 40 booths in there. And then we got a fireside chat room, which is going to be a more intimate setting. And I hope that, Adam, you want to be involved with that, and Kyle from Coin Talk to be interviewing people on a much more personal nature. and we've got the banquet dinner on the Friday. We really want this to be a community feel. We've had some that are more business oriented with the conferences, and we want it to be a good mix. It's being put on by the community up here in Canada. It's complete 100% volunteer basis, and any funding that we do, or any money that we do happen to make, if there is anything, will go back to the Alliance here. But it's been something that's been an easy sell for the speakers. I think we got over 50 that are coming, people from different communities. I'm really hoping that we can get the speakers all together to get that good community feel that I felt in Argentina, which was, I'm not sure if you concur, Andreas, but my favorite conference so far in terms of the community that was involved in that.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's really the type of feeling I want to have with this. And I had an excellent time in Austin. I mean, it was a lot of fun. A lot of the same speakers will be in Toronto that were there. I had a wonderful time. I think what I like about our venue is that it's going to be a much tighter venue, not in terms of space, but in terms of proximity to the talks. And I think everybody will have more chance to run into each other, which was one thing that I felt a little bit awkward with in Austin, was just the way that the rooms were separated. And I didn't get a chance to meet some people that I knew were there, but I just couldn't find them a lot of the time. So this, I hope, is going to have a nice smaller feel to it. But I had an excellent time in Austin, though.
Yeah, Anthony, I saw you once, which I was kind of surprised at. I know we were both there.
I stayed with Andreas. Andreas, I think I saw you once right at the beginning of your first talk, and then that was it.
Yeah, and I was actually looking for you. I wanted to talk a bit more about things, and it was impossible. It was spread out, but also very busy. But at the same time, I think it was a great conference. I really enjoyed it. It was up there with Argentina as one of my favorite conferences of the last 12 months, and I can tell you, I'm really looking forward to Toronto.
So Bitcoin's big, but it's not that big yet.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that we can deliver on the. We got Inside Bitcoins. It's literally, I think, 2 days before our event. And but I think we got a great cast of speakers. I encourage you guys to come a day early. We can spend some time together, just in a more intimate setting than we think we've ever been able to do. So, yeah, I'm really, really excited about it.
I'm coming early and staying late.
Yeah, same here.
All right.
Anthony, one of the things that we had talked about last time that I was curious if it managed to happen, you were talking about doing either like a reduced cost, like part of the conference where new users could come in. Did that ever manage to materialize?
Yeah, we're actually doing that. So we've got a free aspect. Everything that we do with the Alliance has a free aspect to it, whether it be our membership, whether it be a conference that we put on. So on both days, we've had to add a second day just because of the amount of people that were coming. We've had, I think, 300 to 400 people register for the free sessions, which is in the morning on the Saturday and now on the Sunday, where you can come and learn about Bitcoin. I think it's going to be something similar to what you did, Stephanie, in Austin. And in fact, I want to talk to you about perhaps doing the same thing up in Toronto. And
I'm game
it's going to be
for
about... Oh, awesome. It's going to be about getting your first wallet, having experts that can answer questions, and then they'll be able to go through the expo hall. But yeah, we are doing that free session. We've got different levels of tickets for the event. I think our base price for the tickets is $200, which gives you access to the two main speaking rooms in the expo hall for the Saturday and Sunday. And then we have the dinner, which I think is $275. So it's $75 on top of the initial price. And then there's the VIP package, which is access to the VIP events, including the fireside chat area and the speaker's banquet dinner on the Friday night.
So is there going to be anything to showcase all the great community spaces like Bitcoin Decentral? Is there going to be like a tour or anything, or after parties there to show off what's been going on locally? Yeah,
definitely. There's also going to be a hackathon. We're going to be running that out of Bitcoin Decentral because it's about a 10-minute walk between Bitcoin Decentral and the conference center. So everything's nice and tight there. We'll also be doing, there will be some sponsored event parties on the Saturday night. On the Friday with the dinner, we'll probably be doing something in the afternoon at Bitcoin Decentral. So that's why I would like you guys to get there early, and we'll be doing cocktails and stuff, and then walk over to the conference center. And then on Sunday, we'll be doing, this is in the works, but the plan is to have an art show that's going on during the event, where actual artwork will be created during the talks when they're going on. And then we'll be having an auction on the last day, something similar to what they had with the auction in Argentina. So, and then any artwork that's left over, we'll be hanging it on Bitcoin Decentral, and people coming to the meetups will have a chance to buy it, but it'll all be Bitcoin themed work. So it's about doing these little different things, and I hope that we're going to accomplish that.
I really like what we're seeing right now, which is conferences started up by the community, focused on the community needs, and focused on building stronger community by getting people to network, rather than, focus on raising money or discussing the return on investment based on capital allocation by venture capital firms, unless the regulators step in. Oh my God, I'm already falling asleep just talking about it. And these conferences are so much more fun and so much more interesting. You get to talk about the cool technology. You get to meet the programmers. You get to meet the people who are building new and exciting innovation. And if you're lucky, you don't get to meet any of the investor class. So it's really great.
It's about balance, Andreas. You got to have both in these things. And for me, the more the community part of this is, the better. And I think that's what we're going to be attracting.
Yeah, well, we didn't have much balance in some of the recent conferences, and I found that very, very boring. I'm not worried because if you have a vibrant community event, the investor class will show up, if nothing else, just to mooch off the innovation. But you can have an event where only the investor class shows up and the community stays at home, and that's a terrible event to have. So I'm really glad that we're seeing the spirit of the community being shown in these events and getting a much more vibrant event as a result.
It's been my goal since day one to do that. And that's one of the reasons I even travel to go to the conferences, to really see how we can do things and make a spectacular event for the community.
All the ones I've been to so far have had good things about them and worse things about them. And sometimes the balance tips more toward the good and sometimes more towards the worst, but you can learn from all of them and make a better event.
CryptoKit is the world's first Chrome browser Bitcoin wallet. It's the easiest, fastest Bitcoin wallet payment system. With a simple one-click install, it takes just seconds to get your wallet set up. And because CryptoKit finds the address and payment for you, there's no more fussing around or tab switching. CryptoKit is more than just a wallet. It comes with a preloaded PGP encrypted social network, news feeds from Reddit and Google, and up-to-date charts from exchanges. Finally, CryptoKit Directory allows you to make two-click payments with any of the BitPay merchants. Once you install CryptoKit, you won't need anything else. For more information or to download CryptoKit, visit CryptoKit.com.